So this is 1,000 touch drill. I always used to do this with my old players, especially in the beginning of every single session. I thought it was very important to really understand the ball. Obviously, you master the ball, you master the game. The first movement that we're doing here is just simple boxing back and forth. We're gonna get about 25 touches. Exit to either our right or to our left side, get around the far cone, and then being able to get right back to the next set of 25. You guys can do this all by yourself. There's no need for a partner on this exercises. Just continue to make your movements, continue to be nice and sharp, and make sure that you guys are performing the best of your ability. Next segment is going to be boxing side to side. You guys are going to be going side to side. Only thing I want you to really focus on is being able to pass the ball to your feet. Nice and easy pass, stop, and continue doing your little shuffle to the side. Once again, you guys are going to be getting 25 touches. Once you get done doing 25 touches, you're exiting either to your right side or to your left side. Once again, here's Kori, absolutely bossing this movement. You want to make sure that you guys are having your feet nice, a little bit above, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Set your butt down a little bit inside of an invisible chair, and then just make sure you guys keep your focus on your ball. Okay, next move we have simple pullback push. You can either use the inside of your foot to pass it back in front of you, or you can do laces down, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Number one thing is making sure you actually push that ball back out in front of you with enough space for you to grab it back. Do a little bit of a hop, a little bit of a bounce back and forth, but once again, the focus needs to be on the ball entirely as you guys keep your balance, and just make sure that you are sitting down again. Don't fully extend your legs. You don't want to look like a flamingo. You want to make sure that those legs are nice and active as you guys pull the ball back and forth. Next move is outside inside. What we're trying to do is really master all surfaces of our feet. When you guys are doing the same thing as always, sit down inside that invisible chair, really focus on the ball, and just using your pinky toe and big toe. Just a simple point of reference every single time that you guys are playing is understanding what part of your foot you're actually trying to hit with. When we're doing pinky toe, big toe, it's very easy to remember what's next. Sometimes players forget, especially at the younger ages, and they lose track of where they're actually at. Continue to stay calm, continue to stay focused on your movements, and challenge yourself. Push the ball, cut it back. Push the ball, cut it back, and really focus on that ball, and especially trying to stay on a straight line the entire time. Next movement is probably one of my favorites, the rollover. What we're trying to do here is make sure that we have balance the entire time as we're performing, going back and forth. We don't want to just roll and roll and roll and roll. We want to make sure that we really have balance before we perform, so that we're set up for the next movement and then being able to go into it confidently. One of the biggest problems that I see from players is that they rush every single movement just to try to get it done and over with, and they do not have balance. So all this movements that we're doing, especially the first 5, all basic movements, going back and forth, creating balance for ourselves, and really understanding how the ball works. Of course, Kori once again is going at a faster pace because she really is starting to focus on being able to challenge herself and push on to that next level. Once again, with every single movement after we get done doing 25 touches, we're going to the outside, either left side or right side with our exit movement, getting around the far cone, and then getting right back to our next exercise. Once again, this is 4 by 25 that we're doing to get to our 100. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our advanced movements. What we're doing now is working with the sole of our foot, pulling it and then touching it with the instep. This is called inside V's that we're doing. For this movement, it's right foot to get to your right side, left foot to get to your left side. And every single time we're just making a V, trying to use the top cones as a point of reference. So every single time we're aiming for it. Once again, we want to move our feet, stay low, stay active, really focus on being able to really pull the ball. For this one, what we're doing is actually adding in a little bit of a partner exercise if you guys do have a partner. And what we're going to be doing is adding in a passing aspect. So what we're going to do is pass the ball into our target, get wide of our box, open up our hips, and then get right back to our movement by dribbling right through the middle of the box. What we're trying to really focus on is being able to set ourselves up for that next pull and then get right into our pullback and right into our instep. So we're making sure that we're nice and comfortable on the ball, hitting our pass, getting wide, opening up our hips, hitting our pass or receiving our pass in after our partner hits it into us, and then getting right back to our next movement, which is our next V. You guys are still rotating sides every single time. This is again 4 by 25 touches, and then being able to get to the next one. Next movement's outside V. Same exact movement. Only thing we're doing now is pushing with our pinky toe instead of our instep, and it's still exactly the same. Pull the ball back, push it wide. Make sure that we move our feet to keep our balance. What we don't want to do is leave our standing foot inside one position and trying to push the ball wide. We want to make sure that we're moving our standing foot with our whole entire body as we perform. And just to be clear, every single time now for partner exercises, we are still passing the ball, making our movements out wide. If you don't have a partner, continue doing the green cone. What we want to do is just make sure that we're actually breaking up our movements and not getting too bored towards the middle, the middle of the session, and making sure that we actually stay focused. This is just something to switch it up a little bit so that we actually still stay active, still stay focused on what we need to do, and we don't zone out too much. We want to make sure that we still understand our triggers, getting wide, understanding passes, understanding receiving, and then being able to do our job after that. Next movement we got here, part of our advanced movements, are L's. Only thing we're doing is just pulling the ball back, hitting it wide with the same exact foot, and then our last touch is going to be with our pinky toe from our standing foot. What we want to make sure is that our chest is over top of the ball. We sit down a little bit more. We watch the ball the entire time, and we make sure that that ball clears our standing leg before we try to hit it behind us. It's so important, and we want to make sure that we have balance the entire time. If we are just forcing things, we're never going to have constant success with this. So we want to make sure that we're nice and easy, nice and relaxed, really understand the movement, go ahead and go into it, perform, and then go ahead and pick up our pace after we really understand it. Also on this one, our passing pattern is slightly different. We are getting towards the end of the ball mastery, so we're changing it up a little bit once again to stay active, stay fresh. So what we're doing now is passing it through the top of the box, following afterwards, hitting another pass, getting wide, opening up our hips, and then receiving the ball again. As you can see, Kori actually has a lot more balance inside this movement right here because she really understands the ball. Even though she makes a slight mistake, she goes right back into it. So with the mistake that she made, her standing foot is just too close. What we want to do is have a wider platform, a wider base with our standing foot, and not have it too tight, so that allows us to go ahead and have a little bit more room for error and really be able to actually move into our next movement afterwards. Okay, so as we go ahead and go into our last movement, this right here is called the combination. So it's 3 movements, 4 different touches, and it's 2 rotations for it to be one complete set. So what this is boxing 4 times, toe taps 4 times. After that, we're doing soul rolls. So our soul rolls are very similar to our boxes. The only thing that's different with it is that we are using the bottom of our feet to go ahead and control the ball. So I want you guys to make sure that you watch this part all the way through, especially if you're confused by the soul rolls. There is a part where we zoom in on Kori's feet as she's performing, so then you guys can really see the movement behind this, behind the combination, and then you guys can really go ahead and get after it afterwards. What I want you to focus on, once again, watching the ball the entire time. Don't lose count. You're going to do it. It's okay. but what I want you to focus on is being able to continue to going afterwards. If you do 5 touches, it's okay. If you only do 3 for the first few times, it's okay, because obviously you have a lot going on. You have to worry about 3 different movements, still worry about your passes, and then being able to keep a good intensity so you guys are actually challenging yourself. Once again, Kori's very comfortable on the ball. You can see the movement inside of her. She's actually really excited about this one. You can tell because she loves using her quick feet, and she just continues to progress as much as possible for this movement. So when we're doing this, once again, just focus on your movement, focus on your passes. Once again, if you make a mistake, correct it and then continue going forward. For this zoom in section, watch Kori's feet as she goes back and forth, and especially see the sole rolls. The sole rolls are going back and forth and you're passing to each other. Last movement, quick boxes. You're doing 100 as fast as you can, and then that's it. I hope this helps you guys, and I really want you guys to go ahead and push yourselves over the next few weeks, especially if you're isolated and not being able to train with your team. This is just a perfect exercise to get warmed up with. I will be releasing some more videos throughout the week, so you guys can go ahead and train at home on yourself. And would love to see your videos. If you are able to send them in, great. I'll be able to feature you. I do have a few hoodies that I'm probably going to go ahead and give out, so if you guys want to go ahead and win those, I'll be sure to give it to the best player who performs best. The player who performs the best or consistent. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to judge it yet, but once again, would love to be able to see your guys' videos. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Take care.